So let us start the program with Shanti mantra.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Shanno Mitrasham Varunaha Shanno Bhavatvaryama Shanna Indro Bruhaspatihi Shanno Vishnurukramaha Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayo Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Hritam vadishyami, satyam vadishyami, tannamavatu, tadvaktaram avatu, avatu mam, avatu vaktaram. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om.
A very warm welcome to one and all present here. I reverentially welcome Swami Muktidanandaji, Swami Yukteshanandaji, and all the other monks. On behalf of the institution, I heartily welcome to our distinguished alumni, Raveesh S, and also to his parents. I welcome Shri TKC sir and all the other teachers who are present here. And welcome, my dear friends. Today, the focus of this session is going to be interactive, more of an introspection of our progress in various streams. Therefore, I request each one of you to pay keen attention to this brainstorming session and make the full use of it. Now, I call Rimanva to give the introductory speech.
Revered Swamijis, respected teachers, dear elders, and my brothers. It gives me immense pride and joy to introduce one of the most distinguished alumni of Sri Ramakrishna Vidyashala, Dr. Raveesh S, whose academic journey stands as a shining example of sustained excellence, discipline, and dedication. Dr. Raveesh was a student of Sri Ramakrishna Vidyashala from 8th standard to 2nd PUC between 2011 and 2016, where his exceptional merit and perseverance culminated in securing the PUC State Rank 1, a remarkable achievement that reflected both intellectually brilliance and strong values nurtured here at Vidyashala. He went on to pursue his MBBS at Bangalore Medical College and later earned the admissions to the prestigious Postgraduate Institute of Medical Education and Research, Chandigarh, an institute of national importance, for his MD in medicine, securing an impressive All India Rank 7 in the postgraduate entrance examination. Continuing his ascent, Dr. Raveesh appeared for the highly competitive Institute of National Importance Super Speciality Examination and achieved the extraordinary distinction of All India Rank 1. From a state first rank at PUC level to a top 10 national rank in postgraduate studies and now an All India rank at super speciality level. His journey powerfully exemplifies consistency, commitment, and excellence. The entire SRKVS fraternity takes immense pride in his achievements and wishes him continued success in serving societies through noble profession of medicine. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Raveesh S. I request Swami Muktidanandaji to felicitate our guest. I request Swami Yuktidanandji to felicitate the guests' parents, please. Please.
Now, I request Ravishana to give us words of guidance about today's topic. Over to Ravishana.
Okay, a very good afternoon to one and all present here. Revered Swamiji's respected teachers and all my dear friends and juniors. So it actually is a very special moment for me, and I feel very surreal to come back to Vidyashala. Just like 10 years back, it feels just like yesterday that I was sitting exactly in those places, and I was listening to my alumni and my seniors who used to come here and talk to us and inspire us and motivate us. So it feels actually, I feel very grateful to continue the legacy of Vidyashala. So even now, even today, I feel whatever I am now is because of Vidyashala only. Because all these exams, they are just stepping stones. This is not just life. My life is yet to start. Actually, whatever I have achieved is not very so great, which according to me, because still I have a long way to go. But I always feel immense gratitude to Vidyashala for providing me a very strong foundation and a very strong platform over which I could build on my own and achieve few things in my life. So I heartily thank all my teachers who are present here and all Swamijis who are present here. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. So I don't know if I have to give some talk, or should we make it completely interactive? Anything
You
is
can take up two models. In fact, a lot of students wanted to ask you questions.
Okay.
I thought you can give an introductory and give an overview of the entire program, say 5 or 10 minutes.
Okay.
Then we can open the platform to questions.
Okay.
Then based on that, you can probably add on to it. Huh?
So what I think I can focus on is how to prepare for an exam and how to get a good rank. So that is something which I think I can talk about. So what I feel is, again, these all the things which I'm going to tell they have worked for me. So there is a way of studying which is unique for each and every person. So what methods and what techniques I use may not be applicable for everyone else, right? So if the methods or techniques which you are using, if you are okay with that, then you can continue with it. I can just give you a new perspective of things. That is all I can do. So first thing is preparing for an exam actually required? Why do you need to prepare for exams? Because from your first standard to your 10th until your second PU, most of the time when you're giving an exam, you just pass the exam and you go to the next stage, right? So even if you don't get a very good rank, that is okay till now. But there will come a point in your life in the future where you will be facing competitive exams and you'll be facing everyone throughout India, throughout Karnataka, sometimes even throughout the world. So in such situations, when you want to get into when you want to get into a job of your choice, or when you want to get into the course of your choice, then you need to score a good rank. So finally, you will land up there. You will face all competitive exams in the future, definitely. And as time passes, the competitive exams, actually the competition, the level of competition will also increase. So you need to be prepared, and from now only you should be able to identify your strengths and weaknesses and cultivate study habits which will make you do well in these exams, right? So one thing which I want to stress upon is the difference between preparing for an exam and difference between studying to gain knowledge. So according to me, both of these things are very different. So even you would have seen there are few students who actually study very well. They actually know a lot of things. But when it comes to exams, they may not perform so well. It is disproportionate to their preparation. And some students, they seem to be always having fun. And suddenly, during the time of their exams, they keep up, they study, and they score well. So both examples are evident in the real world. So what is the difference between these two is the way they are preparing for an exam. So preparing for an exams is a completely different ball game when compared to studying to gain knowledge. Of course, final aim should be to gain knowledge and to gain clarity in your concepts. In the long run, that is what will help you. But at least for the sake of exams, you need to do a dedicated preparation. So what you can do is, what I feel is you can have a stepwise manner. So for example, if I'm given a particular duration to prepare for an exam, I will divide the duration into 50%, 30%, and 20%. Again, these are arbitrary numbers. You can divide however you want. So 50% you should give for the first reading. 30% you should give for the second reading, and 20% of the time you should give for revision. So you should always plan your studies, plan your preparation for an exam before giving the actual exam. You should not study haphazardly. So in the first reading, the 50% of your time you are giving to it. So it's a quite a big amount of time. So here, what you should focus on is building your concepts, because at the end of the day, people who study facts will eventually forget them, right? So if you just study a fact, if you just study when did Babur come to India, when did Akbar fight one particular war, you can remember all these things. But how long will you remember them? I studied all these, but I don't remember any of these now, and many of these may not be even helpful for you in the future. Nowadays there are mobile phones where you can just open and just read about facts, right? So focus mainly on concepts and have an inquisitive mind whenever you are studying. You should always have some amount of curiosity. Why is this being told? Why is this happening? So that inquisitive culture of your mind you should develop. And you are actually really blessed to be in a place like Vidyashala, because all the teachers here are like fatherly figures. We can approach them anytime we want. Like this privilege is not available anywhere outside. Vidyashala teachers are so approachable. They are so helpful. You can ask them anything, not just subjects, even life lessons. They will always be ready to teach you. So whenever you have any lacuna in understanding, you can always approach them. And you can always discuss among yourselves, because people who are studying in Vidyashala are always a caliber apart. Whenever you discuss among yourselves, you learn more than what you can study alone, right? So one more method which you can adopt to learn concepts is something called as the Feynman technique. So it was actually given by Dr. Richard Feynman, who was a popular scientist in US. So what he told was, it's a very simple technique which I follow a lot. Whenever you are trying to learn a new topic or a new concept, just try to teach it to someone who does not know that. So teaching is one of the best ways to actually learn a new concept or a new thing. So if you don't have anyone to teach, just imagine a child which is sitting in front of you and try to simplify the concept to as low as to a very low level, how much ever as possible. Like you should try to teach the concept to a child. So you just start teaching, and you'll get to know that some place you'll get stuck. So there are some lacuna in your understanding. So whenever you get stuck, you go back and read, and then again try to teach someone. So whenever you do this, the way you understand the concepts will also change drastically. So always try to learn things conceptually, right? So the next part is the second reading and revision. Now, according to me, reading once is equal to not reading anything at all. Because once you read something, you are bound to forget it. In the next 2 to 3 days, you will definitely forget it, right? So always focus more on revision whenever you are planning to prepare for an exam, right? So according to me, at least 3 revisions should be done. And 1 revision just before the day of the exam, because on the day of the exam you should have everything fresh in your memory. You should be able to recollect everything on the day of the exam, because even if you prepare for years together, finally the day of the exam is the only thing that will matter, right? So just you have to focus on revision, revise whatever the areas in which you feel you are weak. So again, one more concept is, there's a very popular saying which is, success lies outside your comfort zone. So again, this is a very important aspect to understand at a very young age, because you may be strong in certain subjects. One person may be strong in physics, one person may be strong in chemistry, and you are reading the same subject again and again. When you read whatever you like, you will get better at it. And when you get better at it, you will not naturally start liking it. So there will be a positive reinforcement cycle. So again and again, you will be reading the same thing, but unfortunately, in the final exam, all the subjects carry equal weightage. So you should know your strengths and you should know your weaknesses, and you should focus on your weakness. So success always lies outside your comfort zone. So you should be able to step outside your comfort zone, face the reality, face the difficult things, and then you should try to include that into your comfort zone. So you should expand your comfort zone as much as possible. So focus on your weak areas, and you should focus mainly on concepts, and focus on revision just before the exam. Then finally, when it comes to like on the day of the exam, I actually don't follow a very proper routine on the day of the exam. If you ask my parents also, if you ask people who know me, I hardly sleep during before my exams, and I don't even have breakfast properly also. Obviously, I will not advise that. That is not the right way. But what is the anxiety comes naturally. So even if you are doing well, so even before my super specialty exam, I was really anxious. So anxiety is a very normal thing. Please don't be of the opinion that people who know much, who know a lot, who are toppers, who get good ranks, they don't feel anxious. That is not true. Anxiety is part and parcel of every exam. But you should face the anxiety. You should just come to terms with the anxiety. That is more important. Don't let anxiety, come in your way when you are recalling the exam. On the day of the exam, don't study anything that is not required. Whatever you're going to study just before the exam will not come to the paper. What you have to do is, when you sit in the exam, just breathe normally. Take deep breaths for 5 to 6 minutes. I always used to pray to Lord Shiva or whichever god you like. So it gives you a sense of calmness before the exam. So you should just calm down your nerves, and then while giving the exam, patiently try to recollect things. You will be surprised from where you all recollect. So I sometimes recollect whatever was said in my class some 3-4 months back. It was said by some teacher, and even now I remember so many things which my teachers used to teach me in Vidyashala also. So even now I recollect them. So on the day of the exam, if you are confident enough, be confident in yourself, be confident in your preparation, be confident in Vidyashala, which has provided you all this support, and everything you will be able to recollect in the exam. And once the exam is over, even that part is important, post exam period, where whenever the results come, there is always success and failure, right? So you should learn to accept both success and failure gracefully, right? Once you fail, that is not the end of the road. Life will move on, life will continue. You will be facing more tests in the future. It is okay even if you fail, but you should not let that demotivate you. You should convert that failure, you should convert that emotions into motivation, and you should bring in that fire the next time you appear. So even when you succeed, again, that is not the end. Even if you get a very good rank in 10th, if you get a very good rank in second PUC, that is not the end of your life. Your life still moves on. There is still a lot, there is still a very long way to go, right? So you should not become too complacent with things as well. So after your exams, accept both success and failure gracefully, and then proceed. So this is what, which was in the top of my mind, which I wanted to say. Now I think if anyone has some doubts or queries or questions, you can ask me.
Thank you. Thank you, Raveesh.
So hello, Ravish.
Hi.
I'm Ajay of First PUC. So I wanted to know that cardiology is among the most demanding medical field. So when did you think of doing this specialty, and and when did that thought emerge?
So whenever you are starting to learn something, whenever you are studying, you will naturally notice you have an inclination towards one particular subject, right? For me, that was biology. Because whenever I was reading, I felt a lot of fun when I'm reading biology. So I definitely decided that I want to pursue my career in this. And obviously, in the biology part, I always used to like reading human biology. And once I got into MBBS, whenever you're studying all the organs in the body, you will naturally like one particular thing, right? So whenever you have a passion for some particular topic or one particular branch, and you actually like it, then even if you work for multiple hours a day, even if you work for 12, 13, 14 hours a day, you will not regret it. So what I feel is, at this age, what you should do is, you should take as much exposure as possible. You should start exploring things. Don't just go into one particular branch because someone is forcing you, because your parents are telling. You should get exposed to that particular field. Like if you want to join MBBS, go to a hospital, see how doctors are working. If you want to become an engineer, go to a company and see how engineers are working. So just don't blindly pick a branch or a job based on your preconceived notions, because your preconceived notions may not always be right. So try to get as much exposure as possible and then decide whatever you want. So for me, it was cardiology. Taking cardiology was an easy decision because I did not see the difficult part of cardiology, because cardiology is a very hectic branch. So we have to take night calls, we have to work night shifts, we have to sometimes work even 16, 17 hours a day. That is there. So, but for me, it is more about liking the subject, because I know if I like the subject, even after working so many hours, I will not be tired. So that should take precedence over any other thing, whether you like it or not.
Thank you. Very nicely put. Please introduce yourself.
So hello, sir. I'm Kushal Kumar, First PUC.
So this question is for you because you have studied here in the place where we are studying right now. So there must be something in this environment that help you to be consistent in life and also study. So what is that thing?
I think the most important thing is the exposure you get in Vidyashala. This you will not get anywhere else. In all the other places, it is just about studying for the exam, studying with the textbook, and just focusing on just passing, clearing a particular standard with a good rank. So that is not what life is all about. Like the importance of Vidyashala, you will get to know only when you come out of Vidyashala, where you will see students who are struggling with life. They struggle with a lot of things because people actually don't understand themselves, right? So Vidyashala actually gives a lot of perspective into life. It gives a lot of perspective of how to live, how to accept failures, how to accept success, and it also gives you an opportunity to introspect on yourselves, right? First, before knowing anything else in the world, you should know about yourselves, right? You should know what are your strengths, you should know what are your weaknesses, you should know where are you lacking, you should know how you can improve your character, right? There is no perfect person in the world. So what we can do is we can identify places in our personality which we are lacking, and we can try to improve upon that, right? So Vidyashala actually gives you this perspective. Before coming to Vidyashala, life was very simple for me. Like it was like just clear an exam, clear one standard, go to next standard. It was very easy for me. Like I used to just have fun, I used to play. But after coming to Vidyashala, you actually start thinking. So this habit of thinking is one thing which is very unique to Vidyashala. People outside, they don't cultivate this habit of thinking. They don't understand that like they should spend time about thinking about things which are usually not thought about at that age. So Vidyashala actually, when once you're out of Vidyashala, your brain is actually 5 years older than what it should be when you compare it to your other peers. So that is one very unique thing about Vidyashala, and also the support you get in Vidyashala, let it be emotional support or academic support or support as in how to lead your life. That is also that is also one thing which differentiates Vidyashala from other places. So again, it's actually very difficult for me to pinpoint something in Vidyashala and say this is the exact thing why it is different, because the education provided here is extremely holistic and very diverse. So you will understand the importance of each and everything once you come out. You will definitely understand that. And if you follow the values which are being taught in Vidyashala in your future, it will really help you to shape your future in a very beautiful way. That is what I believe.
Thank you. Very nice. Next question, please.
Hello, sir. My name is Rajatar. I'm studying first PUC. Sir, as a Vidyashalite, I would like to ask the persons who are likely to get into the highly competitive careers, but being overwhelmed through the journey, what do you suggest for them?
I didn't get your question. They get overwhelmed.
See, Raveesh, I think what he means is people want to pursue a particular field. They've got a very strong ambition, but the journey to get to that particular position overwhelms them. They are unable to cope up with the stress.
Okay.
So, how do you kind of handle that?
So stress has always been a part and parcel of my journey. So I always feel anxious before any exam, before anything. So what you should do is you should just accept that there is stress, and you should also accept that you have to do something about it, right? Just feeling anxious and neglecting your preparations, that is not the way to go. You should accept your anxiety as it is, and then you should start to prepare for an exam. Like there's always a beginning. The beginning is always difficult. Like that is what you learn in even inertia. There's always an inertia whenever you're preparing for something, right? But once you begin, once the ball starts rolling, things will become more easy for you. So whenever you are overwhelmed by one particular topic or one particular subject, just break it down into parts. So everything in life is actually very easy once you understand it, right? So everything looks easy in retrospect. Prospectively, everything is actually, it feels very difficult. But once you try to break it down into pieces and tackle things one by one, you will naturally get the hang of it. And also you will get to know where are your strong aspects and weak aspects. You should, again, I'm reiterating, you should focus more on your weak aspects, because your strengths you'll anyway do well. But whenever you're trying to whenever a subject is overwhelming you, you should give more attention to it, accept the anxiety because that is completely normal, and you should break it into parts and simplify things. That is what I told you. Whenever you have a concept, you should teach it to a child. You should teach it to someone who does not know it. So once you do that, you will naturally try to simplify things. And once you simplify things, you can digest it better and you can remember it better.
Yes, please. On ಮಾಡಿ ಕುಡಿಪ ತಪಸ್ವಿ.
Good afternoon, doctor. My question is,
Please introduce yourself.
my name is Sohan and I'm from second PUC. And my question is to you is that I would like to take 2 important days as my question. 15 days before the second PUC board exam and 1 day before the second PUC board exam. And 15 days before the NEET undergraduate examination and 1 day before the NEET undergraduate examination. What was your mindset and was your preparation fully completed by within 15 days? If not, then how did you, what was your mindset to overcome that? And I would like to know whether there are any similarities for the NEET PG examination which you took and the super specialty examination.
Okay. So this is again the topic which I was touching about, that is few days before the exam. Because whenever you are writing an exam, it is all about thinking from the examiner's point of view, right? You should think how an examiner's brain will work. So this you can decipher by seeing the previous year questions. So whenever you are appearing for any exam, one very valuable resource are the previous year questions. So if you have access to the previous year questions, you can go through them and you will get to know how the examiner thinks. You will get to know that obviously people who are setting the paper, all your teachers, they are very much knowledgeable and they know where students will go wrong. They know which are the areas where students are weak. They're usually weak. So when you see the previous year questions, you will get to know these are the areas which they are focusing on, and you should concentrate more on these areas, right? So whenever you are preparing for an exam, let it be PUC or NEET or any other exam, any exam in life, you should always focus on previous year questions, because that will help you to understand how the examiner thinks while framing those questions, right? And the second aspect is, again, I'm reiterating the importance of revision, because the most of the things which you will remember on the day of the exam will be the things which you have studied in the past few days, right? So when talking about 1 day before the exam, I always make it a point to revise the entire syllabus in the last 1 day, because just if you listen to like what I'm saying, it feels like it's too difficult. How can you revise the entire syllabus in 1 day? But if you have sufficiently read the topic previously and if you have given good number of revisions, you can complete the whole syllabus in 1 day. Because that is possible, because your pace will automatically pick up. The more and more you understand the subject, you familiarize with the subject, the more hold you will get over the subject, and you can revise it faster and faster. So 1 day before the exam, what I would suggest is, if your preparation is really good, then just flip through the pages of the textbook, because at this point of time, things are easy for you because your syllabus is limited, because you just have one textbook, you have to just read it again and again. But as you progress further, for example, for me, there is no limit to syllabus, right? Anything under the sun in cardiology, they can ask me. So it is not possible to prepare with just one textbook. There are some 5-6 textbooks for cardiology, even they don't cover everything. So knowing everything is impossible. So that is why you have to have a strategy for your exams. You should not just go on studying and accumulating knowledge. That will help you in the longer run, definitely, but not for your exams. In exams, you should be intelligent enough to read what is important, what are the things which are being asked, right? So just 1 day before the exam, just flip through the pages. There's also one more thing which can help you is photographic memory. So it is actually a very difficult thing to explain. I don't know if people actually get it naturally or whether it can be learned. I use photographic memory a lot, because whenever I'm studying, one particular part of the textbook, it gets imprinted in my brain. Like you have like, for example, if I'm studying a topic, I just identify that this one particular topic is given in the top left corner of the page. So while flipping through the pages, you should see the page as a whole. Obviously, when you're reading for the first time, you're focusing only on the words. But once you read again and again, you will focus more on the headings. You'll focus more on the page as a whole. You'll focus on the images, the tables, the flowcharts, whatever are given. So that will help you on the day of the exam, because sometimes whenever a question is given in the exam, my mind will immediately go to the textbook and it was in the right side of the page, it was in the top left corner, and that will immediately unlock whatever content is given there. So I don't know if it can actually be taught, and I don't know how people acquire it, but I got it. So you can try that, but again, that is just one thing. If you don't have that, that is also fine, but photographic memory will help you a lot. So whenever you're focusing on a subject, you should also read the images which are given there, the tables, the end of the chapter practice questions. The textbook is meant to be read as a whole, right? So you should focus more on that. And when you are also asked about differences between preparation in UG and PG, so the world is now headed towards more and more of super specialization, because the amount of research which is being done, the amount of things which are being discovered is increasing as every day progresses, and it is increasing exponentially, right? So it is not possible for a person to know everything. So people are specializing more and more, right? First you study about the human body as a whole, then you study about a particular system, then you study a particular organ, and in that organ you study the one part of that organ. So this is how science is progressing nowadays. So as time goes by, you have to focus more and more on the smaller things of one particular subject. So for preparing for an undergraduate level, you have to read a lot. But when you are focusing on one thing, you should focusing on a super specialization exam, the type of preparation is completely different. You are focusing only on one thing again and again and again. You are revising that. So again, you will pick that up once you cross all these barriers. But for now, your focus should mainly be about understanding things as a whole and building strong concepts. Because I even remember Laplace law and Bernoulli's principle. Even we study even now as cardiologists. So everything has an application somewhere else. We send routine blood tests. There is a lot of chemistry involved in blood tests, right? So whatever you are studying now, there are few things which will come to your help even after 10 years, 20 years. That is why when you build your foundation with all your concepts, and if it is very strong, you can build whatever you want above that. So focus on your concepts and focus on understanding the subject as a whole and get a grip. But again, for exams, you should prepare dedicatedly for an exam. You should not just go on studying things again and again, like continuously study things from random sources. You know, we have a lot of resources which is available. I even got to know you have ChatGPT available, you have Britannica Encyclopedia available in the library. So once you start learning things, it is never ending. You can go on reading, but that will not help you in the exams. For exams, it should be a dedicated preparation. Before that, whatever you study, that is for conceptual learning.
We'll be able to take one more question, please.
Hello, sir. I'm Shreyas of first PUC. So, from a state first rank to all India rank 1, your journey spans for many years. How did you handle the pressure and the moments of self doubt along the journey?
Very important question. Thank you for asking this question, because self doubt and underconfidence are, they eventually come into your life. If it's not there now, in the future, sometimes you will face a question: am I competent enough, or can I do this, or do I have what it takes inside me? So that is where teachings in Vidyashala come to help, because even Swamiji has stated each soul is potentially divine, each soul is equal, right? It is all how you develop on yourself that matters. And one more thing which is important is the support system. So I am actually extremely lucky to have great parents along with me. I am extremely lucky to have great friends along with me who always supported me and who always motivated me that I can do it. I have what it takes. So you need to build a strong support system around you. You should have good friends. You should be in good contact with them. You should build good teachers, good mentors, good role models. And once you do this, you will get a strong support system. So just studying and cracking exam is one thing, and having a support system is a different thing. No one can do well in an exam without having a proper support system. So you should focus more on that. And underconfidence is definitely a part and parcel of everyone's journey. Everyone will face that. But as time passes by, you will get to know what are your strengths and you will gain confidence from that. So as I already told you, success lies outside your comfort zone. So you should always try to expand your comfort zone, come outside your comfort zone, face that fear, face those difficulties whenever trying to tackle a new thing, and include that in your comfort zone. So as you expand your comfort zone, automatically your confidence will increase. And also you need to have a good set of friends, a good set of mentors, good parents to support you emotionally throughout a journey.
So, thank you for the wonderful speech, Anna. And I hope the objective of the program is fulfilled, as all the students have made full use of it by asking questions to the guest. So I request Swami Yukteshananda ji, correspondent of SRKS, to
Share
share a few words.
I'll not take much time. First of all, very hearty congratulations to Dr. Raveesh on this wonderful achievement. Our regards and congratulations to the parents of Dr. Raveesh also. Dear students, when Raveesh got the state first rank, 597 out of 600 marks in his second PUC, 2016 batch, if I'm right. When he came back, all these students present at that time, first and second PUC students, were in Rimse attending the retreat, second week of June. So we had the press people coming here, very place here, if he remembers. And then evening, we had a plan. Adyaksha Swamiji gave us that plan that Ravi should address the students in Rimse. A special session was created in Rimse auditorium. So your evening, during the evening games, 5 to 6, Ravish addressed all of them. I very vividly remember him as eloquent as today. Very rarely we get such a person. Very eloquent in communicating his ideas. And one thing we should all remember, Ravish stood first in the class in all his tests and exams. I'm telling this because state first rank didn't come by surprise. All his tests and exams first rank. Literary secretary, please correct me if I'm wrong, because what I remember, he was a good football player. Correct, Ravish? With all that, Ravish today stands here as a wonderful model and example of consistency. Not simply consistency in excellence. Always excellent. So this one I wanted to tell you. And scoring first rank, 597 out of 600, then the rank and getting the Bangalore Medical College seat, and then 171. First rank in the state, 7th in the nation, first in the nation is something very remarkable. And whatever questions you have had, we hope it has been very practically answered by Dr. Raveesh. Very practically answered. That day I remember, 2016, Swamiji asked him, you tell our students, what is your secret? How could you study well? You know what he said? I have found that my friends are wasting Wednesdays and Sundays. Today is Wednesday. Really, I don't know whether he remembers. I remember very vividly. They waste their Wednesdays and Sundays. I made good use of it. That is why I could get this rank. So please, I think whatever he has told has been very practical. How you go through, your confidence goes up and down, your preparation, and about the photographic memory. I don't know how many of you appreciate it. It is my experience also. When we used to study for especially for second PUC, when I studied, pages after pages of the book, a diagram or the physics or mathematics were just there. Oh, if I forget something, this right hand page on the top it was there, bottom it was there. That is how it will work if you show interest. Thank you once again. Congratulations, Ravi.
We request revered Muktanji Maharaj to give his benedictory address, please.
Sarve Janaha Sukhino Bhavantu, Sri Ramakrishna Sharanam. It's indeed a great day for you all to know from a person who has really exceedingly done well, not only in academics, but many departments of life. Please notice, he has given you the insight into how you can really exceed in subjects and do well in subjects, and how you have to make use of Vidyashala routine. He told how he was immensely benefited by Vidyashala routine. And one important point which he told, if you have remembered, many students outside, after PUC went out, he made an observation they do not know about themselves and life as much as Vidyashala boys had a dip. That gives an overall confidence to deal with any situation in life. Marks and study and examination and scoring is one thing, but there is an examination of life. Life itself is an examination. And he said, Vidyashala boys do very well in all the aspects of life, keeping academics in the center, behavioral excellence in the center. My hearty congratulations to him, not only for gaining the excellence in academic performance one after another, but his culture, his respect to the elders, parents, and he made it a point to come back. See, did not many who achieve, and they will be somewhere lost, and sometimes they will come. Now he made it a point to come back to Vidyashala with parents and talk to you all and meet Swamijis and teachers and express his gratitude and experience the affection and blessings of the all teachers and Swamijis. It's a great thing. This is what the behavioral disposition. These are all, it means a lot in life. It means a lot in life. Taking the blessings of elders, coming back. So I don't want to go to the details about what all things which we have heard from him. I'm sure you are greatly benefited, and he will definitely do. He just now told that I have just begun my life. Academics is one part of it. Then he has to have to go a long way, he told. In actually, whatever knowledge he has gained, whatever skills he has gained, whatever is his achievements, that has to be translated into real life situation as real his patients who come to him, the people who come to him, those people are around him, not only patients. He has to really do justice to them and serve them. So that is the next part of his life. He's intensely aware of it and is preparing for it. That the success is not only the academics, success means totality of life, that what the Vidyashala has taught you. I'm sure he will do well by Holy Trio's grace, Shamundeshwari's grace, blessings of Mother Saraswati, in all departments of life. He will do exceedingly well. And one day you will come back and see him achieving great things in life, and he will come back to Vidyashala and speak to our future students again. Thank you.
Thank you, Swamiji, for the wonderful words of advice and wisdom. Now, I request Shashank of First PUC to give the summary of the session and vote of thanks. Over to Shashank.
I would like to summarize this session for all of you. Dr. Raveesh expressed his ideas on various topics like preparing for competitive exams, knowing our strengths and our weaknesses, and how to appear for the exams. He also emphasized on the Feynman technique by regarding that it is beneficial on helping someone by which a person remembers any topic better. I hope all our students have imbibed the importance of staying calm during the exams and how to overcome anxiety. Thank you, sir, for all the values you have shared among all of our students. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to present the vote of thanks. Firstly, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to our chief guest, Dr. Raveesh, for presenting his views and ideas as a cardiologist to all of our students. I believe all our boys have had a wonderful session and have benefited from the same. I would also present my special regards to Swami Mukdananji for his gracious presence. I would like to extend my great gratitude for all the Swamijis for gracing this occasion. I also thank our principal, T.K. Chandrasekhar sir, and all the staff members for attending this program.
I especially thank Dr. Ravish's parents for their support towards Dr. Ravish's immense success. I also thank Media Lab and the Audiovisual Department for their help in making the session a notable one. Lastly, I thank all the students for their patience and support during the course of the program. I hope this session has been beneficial and motivative for all the students present over here. With this, I would like to end. Thank you.
So thank you, Shashank. Now let us conclude the program with Shanti Mantra.
ॐ पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ओम् तत्सत् श्रीरामकृष्णार्पणमस्तु